entire deck is rare and mythic.
Yep. I've been playing like nothing but cube lately.
It is the hotness.
Oh, dude, there's like 14,000 people in the vintage holiday cube leagues.
It's the hotness. That's how we're streaming it, just like this. If you don't want your video on, suck it.
Yeah, sure.
You look like the two whitest dudes in the world right now.
Oh yeah. Bet you think I'm cute.
I mean,
I'm trying to find
you're not wrong.
All right, pull up the stream real quick and see if there's a double audio. Even if not, I'm recording solely on Discord so that I can never make that mistake again.
Yeah. So you don't have to split it.
I couldn't split it. I'm gonna have to when I throw the video up, I'm just gonna be like, hey, by the way, the audio sucks, so bear with us. Have fun.
I thought you already did.
I tried. It was.
No, I thought you already put up the video.
No, I was so frustrated with it. I just had to like walk away from it. I was like, this is fucking bullshit.
There is no double audio.
Sick. We did it.
Are we gonna talk about our New Year's resolution for Magic?
Sure, man. Well, let's do a theme song. Welcome, everybody.
Well, of course.
New year, new tits. What's up? Sorry.
Ain't nothing to it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Are we on?
Yeah, we're live.
Are we in?
We're live. We're in. Put it in.
Ain't nothing to it. But to do it.
Dicks
Do
out
it.
for paper player.
Do it.
That's
Do
what we
it.
should be doing. Dicks out for paper player. I like that. Keep it pure, baby.
We're old, Josh. What do you expect?
All right.
For Harambe. Aha.
Paper
I
players.
think
Dicks out for Kurt.
Fucking bitch ass Saffron. Small ass dick ass boy.
It dies to removal.
Yeah, it does. That's my response to most things online nowadays. Just it dies removal, idiots. All right.
Dice to removal.
I gotta do one last thing. Where's live thing? 3, 2, 1.
We're live. It's live.
Welcome to my song. I play it all day long.
What the heck is this?
Josh first thing walks out.
As always.
Oh. Welcome to episode 134 of Paper. Yeah, right. 130. Yeah. Welcome to episode 134 of Paper Player. I'm your host Tony, joined with Josh, Jeff, and JB, a full crew. Yes, the year 2024 is going to be the year of the Paper Player. Paper standards coming back. Paper everything's coming back. EDHs, put that back in the basement. Go back to your kitchen tables. Real Magic players are here. We're done with EDH. I'm not declaring it here until next week. That being said,
No EDH until next week.
no EDH till next week. My New Year's resolution is to not play EDH at all in January. So let's continue the trend, okay? If you don't like
Okay.
Here,
EDH,
when's the
You do
last
that
time
for-
you played EDH?
So you do that for Magic in general.
I do it all
Yeah.
year.
Try again.
Yeah. I got some fun stuff. There's not a lot that was announced. I know Return of the Ravnica set's coming out. They talked about secret layers and how they're going to no longer be printed demand. They're going to change that, which more power to them. I actually like. It's better for scammers, but I like that model better. Just because.
So do I.
Yeah, it's just like
Yeah,
hey,
everything's going to be expensive.
we made
We'll get
5,000.
into it when we get there.
Well, you know what, dude? I
What?
saw the One Piece game recently. Someone was like showing me like how awesome that game is. That game just has it figured out. I don't know why Magic can't get it figured out, but like the way.
Oh, you mean in terms of like rarity and all that?
the foil process, the exclusive stuff, they're foiling, like it just everything looks clean. The cards look awesome, and just like I don't know, it's really cool. Anyways,
Kana's the same way.
If Magic wasn't, well, whatever. We can talk about it when we get there.
Wakana's on the way out. By the way, it's dying fast.
Great.
Really?
It's pretty funny.
You pissed off the market by
I
like
feel like
doing.
it's blowing up.
No, you did that. They pissed off the market by doing like a short print run, and then they're like, "Oh, now it's everywhere." And it was like, "Oh, no, my cards don't have any value." Oops! And then, guess what? This is what happened to Magic with Chronicles. They printed everything, and then we have the world's greatest thing in Magic, the reserve list.
Nope. The worst.
Terrible. Terrible, bro.
You guys want to quit, or you
I
want
don't-
money?
I don't understand. Like, I guess this is just me not knowing, but I don't understand how Chronicles was bad for Magic.
The collectibles.
It's bad
the
for
same
stores.
shit as it is today. Is it pissed off a bunch of people like Tony? Like, oh my god, I spent so much money as an early adopter. Blah, 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 blah.
Speaking
like
of someone I just
rich.
argued about this with,
I like being rich.
Who?
Okay.
look at the screen.
Tony?
No.
Oh.
Kevin.
What I'm showing you guys is separate from what I'm showing on the screen, which I should
Oh,
probably
yeah.
change. Anyways, that being said, let's do a 2024 roundtable. Josh, hit us off with the standard you played.
But the what?
The standard you played at
Standard, dude.
FNM.
Oh, like you said. Oh, I guess it is 20.
You
It like,
stupid,
took me a
stupid bitch.
second.
Too much information for him, man. You're overloading
The
him.
year has changed. The year has changed.
You saw 2000 late.
Well, hang on. It was like the last FNM of the year.
It was.
I played FNM. I played Blue White Soldiers. Like before I went to a different store and they had like the all art tie binders for like $12.
Oh, those are
Nice.
sick, dude.
So I picked up 2 of them and I played those. I played 3 rounds of standard, and I went 0-3.
Nice.
I played against like the mirror game 1 or round 1. Only his like build was different.
Yeah.
He wasn't. What did he play against me? That
Was he playing the
played,
blue-white, like, Soldier Lord or whatever, the flying one?
yeah,
Yeah.
he had this Soldier Lord,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh man, why am I not playing this card?
Most
He, like,
builds
blew me
are.
out.
No.
Right, that card blew me out. But I did get to like his tide binder in game 2. So like he ran me over game 1, I ran him over game 2, and then he got me game 3. It was like I lost the die roll too. Game 2 I played against
Round
what
2, you
was
mean?
it? Yeah, round 2 I played against. I ran him
Can't
over
wait to
game
hear
2.
the commentary for
and,
Saturday.
he got me game 3. It was like a blue
So you
white.
mean he's gonna be lost the
artifact.
entire
Yeah,
time.
round 2 I played against. I ran him
Can't
It was
wait to
like a
hear the
blue white.
commentary
I got
for
like
that.
Sunfalled in round 2.
Sounds about right for
and that's how-
standard.
And then in round 3, or no, round 2 was or no. So yeah, round
Oh.
2 was I got Sunfalled. I lost to Sunfall. To like every round. And then or every game. And then round 3 I played against Mono Blue and it went in game 3 he got me. He drew like
Mono Blue
7
Tempo?
card- Yeah.
That's so good, dude.
Oh, what did I like played something wrong. I like I don't know. Tried to counter something or something, I don't remember. But I had a misplay and he ran away with the game. Yeah, so I took my
Got
cards
whomped.
and went home. Yep.
GG's, bro.
But in my defeat, I decided that like I said last year or the last podcast, I'm pretty sure that this is my villain arc this year.
I like it.
And I have assembled Shieldred EDH.
Dark Side Josh.
Mm-hmm.
DSJ.
So I'm excited to do that.
All right. Sick,
Okay.
man. Jeff,
Yeah,
did you manage
I'll
again?
grab my EDH.
Hell yeah.
Been doing a lot of Holiday Cube lately.
fun.
Just kind of having fun with it. Last night was the first Holiday Cube I did where I didn't get a Power 9, so that felt kind of weird. I've gotten one almost every one I've done. Yeah,
Dink of these, huh?
Nice.
you got fake ones and you couldn't even get black border. You had to go with ugly white border.
These things, the quality on these is so bad. It's backwards.
Yeah, you can see
Bro, it
it
looks
right here.
shiny like a Yu-Gi-Oh
It's
card.
really
Yeah.
bad. These
It
are
looks like
these are from
you
10.
ever you ever seen the printed out or the promos or not promos, but the Yu-Gi-Oh cards they print that are like from the show.
Yeah,
That's what they look like.
I
That's
got-
yeah, like
I
the
got
ones you have on the
photo
wall.
there.
Yeah,
that's what you get.
that's what those cards look like.
Yeah.
But anyways, been playing a lot of Holiday Cube, having a lot of fun with it. Last
yeah.
night I built mono white, almost like prism, or like big red, and I splashed white, and I went 2-1. I lost the mirror because he went turn 2 channel, and he had out a Mox or like a Mox and something else, and he played Glorybringer on turn 2.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I really couldn't come back from that in game 3.
No.
But it's just been a lot of fun playing standard on Arena until I can go to FNM. I'm going to go to FNM this Friday. If anyone's watching and you plan to go to Manivolt's FNM this Friday, I will be bringing Mono Blue Tempo if you need a deck to play standard.
Oh my God! No more mono blues at my
I-
FNM.
Why?
It's not my fault you don't know how to beat them. You have white. You should be playing Sunfall in your board.
Yes.
I don't own any Sunfall.
Well, good luck
Sunfall
finding
is-
them.
I don't think
For
it's
like
good
$1.
in that deck.
Yeah.
It's the same reason that like Mono Red plays like Brotherhood and like yes, it'll kill all my creatures, but if I need to play this, it means I'm losing already.
Yeah.
Sunfall wipes the board and gives you a creature.
Yep. It's real good.
Yeah, it's medium.
Anyways, so yeah, I'll be going and I'll be playing a different standard deck, but I will have Mono Blue Temple with if someone needs to borrow it. Manifold told me to give a shout out if like anyone wanted to come and needed a deck that I had one.
Mhm.
So I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully you get to play Josh round 1 and crush him. So we'll see how that goes. But I went.
Play. We have yet to play. I have to like try. I like thought about playing you a bunch of times, but we have yet to play.
Yeah.
I had a Target gift card that I went to use, and I was like, I'm gonna go buy some Magic cards. I haven't bought any in a while, so I got like a fat pack of Ixalan, the last set boosters they had at Ixalan, but they had the Lord of the Rings like
Premier
art things
boosters.
you can get,
Yeah.
like where it's like 3 set packs, and then they give you the full arts to make the picture.
Yep.
Wish I didn't get it. Worst $45 I ever spent. I wanted the cards for the art, but they came out worse than Pringles.
Really?
Like,
That
I'm
sucks.
not kidding you. Like these have almost a 90-degree angle in this bend. Like
That
it's insane how bad it is. Like I was so upset because it's the Jessica Gandalf, and I was like, oh, this would be cool to like build a commander around. I don't even think if I triple sleeve this thing, it would straighten it out.
You're gonna have to get the fattest guy you know to sit on a book.
How
What
do
are
you
you
doing?
doing
How
over
you
there?
doing?
That's the you're gonna need the weight.
We got to get a sound bite of Jeff saying Jessica.
I know.
Jessica.
I'm already right. All right, Josh, you read my mind. I was already planning on it. I was like, that's.
I know my enunciations are
I
terrible.
was
You'll
like,
hear
wait,
me say prowess at some point.
The way he said that,
Flawless. That's the other one
Yeah.
that drives me nuts when he says it. Oh
Flawless.
my God.
it's like
Just
you're
for the
trying-
longest time, that's what I thought it was, and then I try to correct it, but I've just said it so wrong for so long.
There's no L.
Ingrained, baby.
Yep.
Well, the greatest argument of our time for probably Magic was Garuk or Garrick.
It's Garrick, bro.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's-
Garrett.
I'm
I
team.
say-
I'm
I
team
say
Garuk.
Yeah, because you're an idiot.
Mm.
That's why.
Garuk is on
you wanna
fire.
do that.
Yeah.
They haven't like came out and said it, have they?
But I did get a message this weekend from a fan asking for us also during this roundtable to kind of mention the tournaments that are coming up for the people that are listening live.
Sure.
So this Saturday at Mana Vault in South Milwaukee, or is that Franklin? Franklin, they're holding a 1K Legacy tournament. If you're interested, it's proxy friendly. Come down, play. Our lovely castmate Josh will be doing the commentary for it. They also hold really cool F&M, like they give out the promo packs and stuff like that. So it's just a really good environment. So
Putting this up on the screen, so they got some stuff coming up.
There's like a pre-modern event
yeah,
this weekend.
I think he's
too.
about to show that.
Yeah, I got you. Also, some new stuff. Sorry, I'm not on the ball on this stuff. I should have had this ready. My bad.
If you're showing it on the screen, you're showing the wrong thing, or to us, anyways.
No, I'm not. I'm showing it to the
Okay.
viewers, so don't worry. Sorry.
Okay. But yeah, they have a bunch of tournaments coming out. Legacy 1K this weekend. They have a pre-modern in February. I also think there's a CEDH tournament for a Time Twister. I do believe.
I think it's already filled. Can't get in no more.
Yeah, it's gone.
Oh,
You should
never
double
mind.
check, but
Well, that one's gone. But they also have a Double Masters re-rare draft coming up.
So, yeah, I saw that $75 entry. So they have, if you're looking for obscure stuff, I will say this about the Mana Vault. They are doing a lot of different things, I believe, for Legacy, Vintage, and also pre-modern. I would double check. I think they are proxy friendly, or gold border friendly, depending on which the event is.
Pre-modern tournament is the only one that is not proxy friendly
Yeah.
because it allows gold border.
Sure. So with that being said, that place from the local scene, if you're in the Milwaukee area, it just has a huge variety of events. They're doing things kind of differently, and they're definitely coming at it from a Magic player's view versus like a Star Owner view. So a lot of the things they got going on are legit fantastic. I wish I could attend more of these things, but everything that they have, every one of the events I get FOMO that I can't go to. Like legit, even the standard
Right.
that they brought back. I think this is the year of standard 2024, and they're pioneering that. They're the forefront of it, and I think the rebirth of standards here.
So when they posted all of these tournaments coming up, I actually commented and was like, "Where's the standard ones?" And they even said they have big plans this year for a bunch of huge standard tournaments,
Yep.
which I'm excited for, man, because that was like the epitome of Magic to me. Is like
The
when
best.
you used to go to F&M and have like 50 people there playing standard,
It's
and
the
your
best.
Sunday tournaments were all standard.
Oh yeah. I mean I think. Anyways, I was gonna say that I think EDH has been the downfall of
Competitive Magic, but I feel like we
Not-
talked that to death.
No,
Yeah.
it's just it's changed the landscape, and that's why there's so much product. Is why there's so much stuff. It's because it's catered to them versus a quality product. But anyways,
Also, it's pretty cheap to get into standard as long as you're not playing black, because then you need shield rates, and those are almost $100 now.
yeah, that's a tough one.
But if you have Shieldreds,
Yes.
Killing
you're
it.
But there's
gonna
plenty of
put in
cheap
the
decks.
door.
Like Mono Red is super cheap. I think I built
Yep.
Mono Red for like $50. Mono Blue is even cheaper. It's like $12.
Oh, for
Crazy.
Uh,
And, like
Blue
they aren't bad decks. It's not
No.
like fringe bad. It's like it's
Mono
alright.
RDW won the 64-man challenge like 2 weeks ago. Blue White Soldiers just won, which is like a pretty cheap deck. I mean, Tidebinders are going up. They're closer to $20 now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But like Mono Blue Tempo is still a good deck. It's like tier
Oh, hang
2.
on, no. The soldier card that's expensive now is the white virtue.
Yes, that
It's a
card is.
mythic.
That's
Yeah,
like
it's a mythic. The card's like,
$35
yeah,
now.
the card's up there.
And if you're an old modern player and you happen to have Caverns of Souls,
Yep, they're in
the-
standard.
the 5-color control deck is pretty cheap. Like you just need
Yeah.
Atraxas, and everything else is like dollars.
The mana base is a little like, I mean, adds up because
I
like,
guess
most
the
of those dual
tries you
lands
got a
are.
couple, but
Well, most of them are like $5, but like you think about it, you're running 24 lands at $5 a piece. That adds up. But
not 24. You only run an 8 plus the 4 Caverns.
12 lands.
Well, I'm saying if you already own Caverns, it's not too bad.
Oh yeah, I
Get
get what you're
in.
saying. Yeah,
Like
but
as
yeah,
a
just
modern
standard is-
person going into standard.
there's this misconception that standard is just run by Shieldred, and don't get me wrong, it is it is a lot of places, but like,
I've yet to see a Shieldred, but I guess my meta is kind of small. But I've yet
and your
to see
meta
one.
probably like most people don't have them. Like
Mhm.
no one
Right.
wants to shell out $320 for a playset.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the meta is very open.
Mhm.
Like there is a deck for everyone. There's control,
For
there's
sure.
mid range, there's aggro. Like there's even combo actually with Battle for Zendikar.
I like that one. Yeah.
You're forgetting the fan favorite, dinosaurs.
I mean, there is a
No,
dinosaur
no.
deck. There's a Gruul deck that just won a pretty big tournament actually in standard too. So yeah, like I know I'm talking a lot during my round table, but I'm just in love with standard right now, and I want more
Yeah.
people to play it. Because screw modern.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna
Modern.
modern set this year, so hopefully that fixes this. Modern.
That's what we thought about the last one.
Well, we thought at the time it was cool. It was all fun and games until we got Ragavan and Furied. JB, hit me.
No, they distracted you with fetch lands, is what it was. which
This is
exactly
true.
what's going to happen. This was exactly what's going to happen.
There
with
better
this
be the cons
one.
fetches.
Fetches.
And they're like, hey, guess
That's
what?
exactly what's going to happen.
You think you need the rares? No, you need 4x mythics. They're not even legendary. You're like, oh shit. Oh, they're free spells.
They're
All
gonna
of
give
them?
you old border con fetches
Yeah.
with the new art.
Oh,
Yeah. JB, hit me up. What'd you do?
The only thing I really played was Legacy for the end of the month Legacy event,
Mm-hmm.
what'd you play?
and played lands.
It's not good in
Did
our meta.
okay.
It's
I
not
was
good.
like, huh?
It's not good in our meta.
I know it's so tough.
Red,
because
green, or
everyone's
green,
just
white?
like, green white. So everyone's just like, I'm playing combo, and it's like, well, I hope I can play my sphere on turn 1, or I will lose.
Yeah.
And I had some close
might
games or whatever, and there were some, in general, there were some just draws where it was like, oh, this is not a blue deck, so sometimes you're just gonna go Mox Diamond Exploration, I lose.
Yeah.
Because it's like I'm gonna do nothing for 3 turns.
Yeah.
Oops, and like my board is set up and I can go off, but no.
All right.
And that's what you get for playing. That's what you get for playing not blue in Legacy, right? You don't get the card selection.
Yeah.
So
You want to go against the blue decks that are not combo based. That way you can have a good time.
yes, because then I just go, yeah, do whatever you want over there. Take your time, and I'll smash your face in. It's
Yeah.
fine. So that being said, I have a New Year's resolution.
All right.
I am not going to be playing blue in Legacy for the entire year.
Oh
Good
man.
lord. I mean, that's the man with the tabernacle
Yeah.
and
No.
and lion's eye damage.
Well, I mean,
It's so
no,
hard.
I don't have Lion's Eye Diamond. I need to get some cards in order to make, like, I need some Mox, whatever
You have
that card,
Cydia traders.
the implant ones. I do not.
Imprint.
Imprint,
Oh,
yeah, the imprint Mox.
Chrome Mox.
Chrome Moxes. I
Mox.
need to get
Those are
some Chrome
$100 a piece
Moxes.
now.
I need to get some.
Are you gonna play Model Black
Cydia
Helm?
traders.
Is that what you need that for?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
I need
for
the Chrome
Helm
Mox,
and
too.
I also need it for Red White Initiative. Because if I get the traders and the Chrome Moxes, I'll have both of those decks.
Yeah, I got 2 CD traders and I have 4. I got a set of Chrome Mox.
Well, I'm gonna be a schmuck and slowly build into that and
I
get
don't
Japanese ones. So
I have a
Got
4.
some
I have a,
tie
I have, I
binders
have
you
a
can
4. I
play.
do have a 4-on-1. It's Chinese.
yeah, I'm not taking that.
Whatever.
What, Chromox?
No.
Yeah.
No. CD traders.
No, City.
Yeah.
But so the goal is, I will allow myself to. Well, actually, let me ask you guys this: do you consider something like Red Black Reanimate is playing Atraxa playing blue, or
Yes.
is that like
I was gonna ask you,
not-
are you willing to play Mindbreak Trap?
there's part of me that
No,
says
that's
that
blue. That's
Mind
blue.
Break, and Atraxa, it's like not truly casted cards.
Yeah.
No, so Mindbreak Trap is casted.
Okay.
Yeah.
What?
Let's put it this way. What I would say is what I would make the resolution be instead of not playing blue because you're gonna you just don't play Force of Will for the year. That's basically all the blue decks.
Yeah, it's like someone else mentioned, like, just make a promise to not play Ponder, Brainstorm, or Force of Will, and you're good.
Yeah, actually,
That's probably it. Yeah.
'Cause that's like blue deck combo, blue deck
Control, mid
everything.
range,
All blue decks start with
Yeah.
those 12
Yep.
cards.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Man. I like that one.
So I think that's the goal, and like that also gives me a little wiggle room if I want to go into like blue green lands and play play whatever the
Uro.
No, well, yeah, Uro, but the other thing that they always play out of the board is Flusterstorm.
Yeah.
So it's like you can play Fluster out of the board.
Yeah, I would just say like don't play Force of Will decks, and that's gonna exile all your blue decks.
Which sucks because I did have some cool blue decks. And this is, when I say this, it doesn't mean that I won't play them ever. It's just I'm not going to take them into a tournament ever.
Oh yeah, I know. Like when you're playing
For
for
the
fun,
year.
yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
I know.
I
So
may
you're
have-
basically
may have
doing
a
what
goal.
I said when I said I wouldn't play Burn all of 2023.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
So that's my New Year's resolution. No blue.
Oh man, that
No,
means
no.
this opens up so many legacy decks for me to play and borrow from you now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That it does.
I did want to mention. Oh, sorry, Tony. I just wanted to mention real quick because JB brought up this card. I hate Mox Diamond, bro. I've tried to play it in cube so many times, and I end up like mana screwing myself because
Well, that's
of
a
it.
different. That's a different.
You gotta play the 0-3 instead.
Yeah.
It's the same card.
Mox Diamond
Diamond.
it's a combo card. It's not a I stick this in any deck. It's really
Well, no,
costly.
I understand that, and because I had built blue red, and I went 2-1 with that deck. Also, it was Breach, Brain Freeze combo.
Then Mox Diamond goes in the deck for sure. It's a freebie.
But like,
That's a good start for it.
I tried playing it in mono green ramp, and it was awful.
That sounds bad.
Yeah.
I did get the natural order on turn 2 though, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's good.
I will also add that I am gonna try doing a lot of standard, with it being
Yeah.
in. So I just
Are you
picked
coming
up all the
Friday?
pieces, huh?
Are you coming Friday?
And I'm going somewhere for it, but I gotta get ready for the RCQ on Saturday.
Ooh.
What format?
Standard.
Where's it at?
It's GU.
This is another tournament we should have done an announcement for when Jeff was doing a tournament announcement thing.
Yes. Yeah, GU Brookfield has
GU Brookfield,
has,
baby.
If
has
anyone
an
listening doesn't know what
RCQ.
GU is, it's Game Universe.
Yep.
Someone asked for my shift Saturday. I might have to give it up.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be there playing at the. I want to play in the Mana Vault Legacy thing, but I'm also making a resolution that I will play RCQ invites over like fun Legacy stuff.
Well, I mean, this is like it's an
Yeah.
invitational. It's 1K, but yeah. Anyways, that's dope. Good
Yep.
for you. Glad you can play.
I'm
this
ready.
weekend. All right, I get to play it for them. I played the winning deck from NA, but I added the 61st card in it, which was Tishana's Tidebinder, and I got to get somebody.
Ooh
with it.
yeah,
That's cool.
the 61st.
Mhm.
Yeah, I saw you because I was sitting watching you play against.
I was like,
it was
Jeff,
against the
watch this.
you against the Lance player, right?
Yeah, he went
The
Minsk-
other
he
Lance
went-
player.
So I surgical extraction him. I saw that he had red elemental blast, so he went to go Minsk Blue. I was like, all right, I'll bait that out. I was like, all right, let's force him negation. He's like, red elemental blast. I'm like, okay, sick. He's like, all right. I'm like, yeah, it resolves. Trigger on the stack out. I will play my Tishana's Tidebinder and nice vanilla nothing. Counter that little hamster, and then I was like, I'll attack it, and then that was that. And then
Instant boo.
it's cool. That card, I wanted to play it. It works. I didn't ever get to target the fetch line or anything with it, but got beat up by ninjas. That deck has had my number. Like every time I've gone against that deck, they just play it in the sequence that they need to. It's like, god damn, I can just never get there. But had a fun time in Evan. It was cool. I was happy to play with Orcish Bowmasters because I the first time I've owned that card all year, and I haven't been able to play it. Unimpressed.
Bowmaster?
Really, in a combo heavy format, or I guess
I don't like
meta,
that card.
I should say.
Nobody is casting brainstorms into it. This is not
Right.
happening. All you're doing is
like,
preventing them from
people
playing
know
brainstorm.
how
Yeah.
to play against it now.
The world of getting a 5/5 amass token, unless they're digging for a wrath, is just not happening. So you play it, and it's basically Chalice of the Void. Don't play brainstorm. You know, people still play
Right.
ponders and preordains into it because you get like a 2/2, but like, yeah, I was on like people just play around it. I was unimpressed. I don't disagree it's good because it definitely locks out brainstorms, but yeah, if people aren't like, I can't imagine Sylvan Library coming back anytime soon. You know, all those sweet cards. But until then,
Pay 12 life, take 3 damage.
exactly.
No, you
pay
no,
eight.
hang
It's
on.
just
That's
11
not how it
damage.
works.
You take 8 from
It
cards.
automatically gets +3 and deals 3 damage to you.
Oh yeah, because you draw and then
You
choose
have
to keep
you have
them.
no choice. You are eating.
Yeah.
Sylvan Library, RIP. That should have been on the list for cards that died this year.
Man,
Sylvan
Sylvan Library.
Rest in peace, baby.
No. You can choose. No, you don't understand how that works.
Well, you
No, it's draw
Oh,
3
wait, you
cards.
can't
Of the
choose it.
cards that you've drawn, you
Yep.
can keep any one of those. Any ones that you keep, you pay 4
You
life
take
per
life.
game.
Yeah.
Right.
you
So,
missed the
but the trigger happens for Orcish Bowmasters no matter what because you drew those cards.
No. So here's how it works. The trigger goes on the stack. They have to flash in Orcish Bowman. Trust me, I played this a million times.
Okay.
They have to flash in Orcish Bowmasters. Then you can choose to decline the trigger and
was
say,
gonna say,
I
you
would
need
not
to
like to
decline
draw
the
the
trigger right
cards.
there.
And
Oh, yeah,
that's
you're
it.
right. You're right. Yeah, you made
Yeah,
draws.
make
this
it
year.
draw.
You
Alright.
may.
Forget
So
the
you
trigger.
don't have to.
It's still Death of the Sylvan Library, but yeah.
Yes, it's not. It's nowhere. It's pretty bad.
I was like, oh man, I thought it was like.
I was like,
that
dude, no, you
sucks.
do
Like-
not get screwed that bad with Orcish Bowman.
Automatically 15 life.
Oh, you die.
Right.
And like, let me tell you, as a lands player, it's pretty fun still having Sylvan Library. And they're like, well, I don't want to keep in my Orcish Bowmaster because they only have one Sylvan Library,
Yeah.
and it sucks against everything else they're doing.
Yeah. So, my only resolution for this year is to accomplish a Guinness World Record, which
On the way, baby.
More details coming as soon as I get the things. I'm at the last step of getting things solidified. It will be occurring at MagicCon Chicago on Saturday at 2:30 p.m. So if you're interested
Oh,
in
we
being
got a
part
time now.
of, yeah, if you're interested in being part of a world record, details are coming soon. And I will be there all day Saturday, just flagging people to be part of a world record, and you have a chance to win a lot of stuff. And I'm not kidding, a lot of stuff. So I know I'm being vague on it, but I can't let the cat out of the bag until I have videos and so forth. And that's also something I want to get more involved in. Just a different avenue of content creation where it's more video based. So whether it's TikTok,
Doing like recordings and all that.
yeah. So whether it's like long form the podcast is for the long form, but I have I have so many stupid ideas. I mean, I've talked to you guys. I want to do like the magic cookbook. We could do that stuff.
Yeah.
Telling you,
I
bro,
wanna do that.
Patreon.
Seriously, like I like all the dumb stuff. So like, I just want to do those kind of things because I love competitive Magic, but committing 10 hours to something is very difficult with my current state. So, I'm aside from that world record, I won't be doing it. But we got cameramen set up. We're gonna have a drone flying if they allow it, and if they don't, we're gonna sneak it.
Crazy.
We're gonna be like, all right, get the drone shot, get out, and just have the guy running away with the drone. But yeah. So the only news that I think came out this year is just the secret layers, and I know we briefly touched on that, but the secret layers are going to be dropping. No more printed demand. They're going to be supply based. So if they decide like Final Fantasy, because of its collective, like, hey, we know that 20,000 people are going to buy this. There's only going to be 20,000 of them. They're going to sell it pretty quick. Hopefully the volume on this is not like the Mythic editions. You guys remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I tried to buy one
I remember
when
that.
That's
got
how I
2
ended up
free
with the
sheets out of
sheet.
that.
same.
Yeah.
I got 2 free sheets out of that.
Yeah, so I'm hoping the supplies is a little bit better than that. Typically with print runs, I believe the minimum is 2,400. I think that's what justify it. I could be wrong on that, but that's like a number that I think I remember. But yeah, if
So,
high quality
this
IPs
is-
I'm imagining are going to be through the roof, like Lord of the Rings, if they do something like that, and then like kind of the ones that they're testing out might be a lot lower.
I was about to say, we were talking a little bit about this, and I feel like they have enough data after doing this for 3 years
Mhm.
that they can kind of assume some things on what kind of secret layers do what kind of numbers, right?
Yep.
And like you're always going to take a risk by taking on an IP. Like I remember you were telling me, well, what happens if they come out with a Spice and Wolf, IP? Yeah, it's one of my favorite animes. And it's like that is an untested market, and they will be very careful with how much they put out on that, because that's just a little too narrow. Whereas something like this fake one that you put up, Howl's Moving Castle,
Oh my
it's a
God.
very known name. Lots and lots of people who don't even watch a lot of anime like
With
know
the
how.
roaming throne, which I have right here, that's my
Oh,
New Year's resolution, is
dude,
to cast a roaming throne with a shield druid out.
Yeah, guess what, Wizards? I let me tell you something. I am the stupid average consumer. If you need to know what secret layers are going to be successful, just ask the Paper Player Podcast. I'm telling you, I know. I'm an idiot.
Dude, Howl's Moving Castle would sell
But-
like
I know.
Like
crazy,
that's
bro.
because like I will not pay for lands, but that's just like
Dude,
a
those
roaming
lands look
throne,
so
too. And
crazy.
you get a
These are
roaming
not
throne? Oh no!
These are not official. These are not official, but these are custom. They look really clean, and they're just They're probably. I can't imagine people not just hunting these down immediately.
So what I want to add to that is, there's the idea that these scalpers will ruin every single secret layer that comes out, right?
Yep.
Possible.
But the problem with that is, at some point, there's going to be a secret layer that people think will do well that won't do well, and suddenly the scammers or the scalpers or whatever will have all this product they're sitting on that they're going to get burned on, just like Wizards will. At some point, Wizards is going to have 1 or 2 flops. But the problem is Wizards, and some of the scalpers can probably do it a bit, but Wizards themselves can take some of those hits.
Yeah.
And they just roll off and go, all right, well, this is now just going to be in our store for 3 years because sooner or later someone will want to buy these. Whereas the scalpers don't want to hold on to 3 years worth of product, right?
Yeah.
The whole point is to buy something that's in high demand and then sell it relatively short term to make a quick flip.
I have a new segment.
Oh God, is it real or not?
No, that was cool. No, the segment, and we're gonna have to. It's gonna require you asses to be on camera. We're gonna call it the tinfoil hat theory, or the tinfoil hat minute, where we just all put on a tinfoil hat and talk about
It's a tinfoil hat.
because I know why they're doing printed demand,
Okay, let's hear
or
it.
not printed demand. This is so they can pump out
They want to send boxes
more.
straight to you.
They want to sell more secret layers, and because they don't
Yeah.
have to wait until people demand, that way they can be like, here's the January, the February, the March versus seasons. So put
Well,
your tinfoil
and like
hat
I
on for
said,
that.
on top of that, it's going to be really nice for those ones where, there isn't that high of a demand.
Yeah.
So like the lands, right? The astrology lands, let's say someone really wanted one,
Yeah.
but, it was limited to half a month or whatever pre-order, and now they just can't get it other than from buying secondhand. Those they'll probably have a decent amount of backstock on, and it'll be like, yeah, get the astrology land from January in the middle of March or May for cost, like
Oh.
normal cost, instead of having to go through, TCG Player or whatever,
Yeah.
which is nice. And I think it'll help more than it'll hurt for most
Yeah.
releases. There's going to be a few that's going to feel real bad, but every other one is going to be better.
All right. I
Did
like
you
it.
tweet Gavin yet?
No, but speaking of Gavin, I got the next thing we could talk about. Boom.
We should tweet him because Spore Frog needs to be a fungus.
It will be.
It needs an errata.
So for 2020,
That's a new name.
Gavin Verhey tweeted, you get to pick one magic keyword mechanic to return in 2024. What is it? You guys have one?
Fungus.
Banding.
Fungus.
Banding's the meme one, and that's the obvious one. So that's like,
Yeah.
you get negative points for that. That sucks.
Honestly, Bushido.
That's such a bad mechanic.
Bushido
Isn't that-
or flanking. I like both of those abilities.
Isn't Bushido just like another mechanic? Isn't that just flanking?
It's
Aren't
a
they the
variety.
same shit?
So Saviors of Kamigawa, or it was introduced, I think, in.
It was in Champions.
Was it? Okay. It's the Samurai's theme. So the idea was
Yeah.
1v1 me, and then Bushido. If I block or becomes blocked, it gets a thing, and it was an X number. It's like, it's like
That's
flanking.
like the same thing with flanking.
Well, flanking kills blocking creatures because it gets -1/-1, whereas Bushido just pumps your
Right.
creature, which
It
Yeah.
pumps you. Yeah, it's the opposite. Of
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
But functionally the same.
right. But I honestly, the one I would like is splice onto a thing. I think
That would be cool too.
I think
yes.
splice is cool. I like that.
What about like the fungusaur mechanic? What is it?
Fading, vanishing, spore counters,
The Fungusaur was fading.
Yeah. Let's
or
bring back
vanishing.
fading.
All those, yeah. All right. Those are medium.
I also think Echo would be cool.
We
Echo
need
is
more
nice.
fungus.
So I'll tell you something a little about Echo.
My
So,
new
we're going.
next deck I'm building is a fungus deck.
Yeah.
Mushrooms with Grumgully.
So the only issue with Echo, it has a negative a negative effect, meaning that players don't like that if they forget or they have to do an additional thing for Echo. It's probably only going to be in like a Modern Horizon set if it comes around, but like Wizards, and I only know this, and I shouldn't say no, but I think this is the direction that they're going in, is because I've been studying all the keyword abilities, because it's going to be our one of the segments we do for the year. They get rid of a lot of things that cause confusion, and Echo just happens to be one of those cards that causes confusion, or mechanics causes confusion.
Yep.
I see where you're coming from, but like, how is that any more confusing than the like novel that they print on cards now?
Well, at least the
Like-
novel's positive. At least the novel is positive. So
Yeah, people
it's the
get
player
burned and
it's-
then they feel bad.
It's the player experience. When I cast a card
Get good.
and my card
There
is
you go.
negative,
I was just gonna
towards me,
say, good.
yeah, which is one of the reasons they went away from
What-
Shroud, because people, they came out with equipment and then people couldn't put their equipment on Shrouded creatures and they felt bad. Like, this is a stupid mechanic. I want to be able to suit this thing up. And then obviously there's an iteration of Hexproof that came down later, and then that was too busted. So now we have Ward.
So, what would be a better version of Echo?
It can't be negative.
Would it be Dash? Would it be Dash?
Dash is close to
For
it.
what it's worth, we were
Foretell is
talking
probably the
about
best
Vanishing,
version.
not Echo.
I guess that's true. Yeah.
And now we're speaking about Dash. Bam, baby.
the card is. Oh my god.
This is gonna be the Ravnica
back
Poison
Dash.
Starfire with guns. That's the card you're gonna see in Modern Horizons 3. Okay.
Yeah, give me that one.
Turn
No,
one.
did I already?
I'll
I'm
tell you
pretty
right
sure I
now, if
called
this
Tesla a
card
gun.
ever gets legally printed, this exact card, I will actually quit Magic. I will legitimately quit.
It needs to look like this too.
Yep, exactly like this. This
Can we-
card you were showing me.
All of our fans, can we just please spam this again? Very, please, Brent. Please, Rosewater. Please. We need this. This is
Oh
important.
my god!
Photoshopped guns on. For those who are listening,
Man,
it's
Yeah.
Wouldn't
Ragavan
be the
and
first
Poison
time.
Dart Frog with guns, and it's just Poison Dart Frog put onto the promo or the full art Ragavan printing with guns in both of their hands.
and he's actually just a worse card.
Yeah,
No, he's a 21. He's a 21
21-1.
one.
Oh, I
dash
couldn't
green,
see the
yeah.
power and toughness. All I
Yeah,
saw was
that's
dash
hard.
or
He's
green,
a
and he had
21
death touch.
21-1.
He's the, what do you want? Forest
What do you
win.
need card advantage for when you got player advantage?
Yeah, the
Oh
death
my
touch
God.
it's important. Okay, because we want to kill you two ways. Okay, that's why there's two guns, one for the damage and one for the death touch. All right.
Now I know where my stress comes from.
Yeah. All right. So
Also, we need the errata, the Spore Frog. Spore Frog needs an errata. It should be a fungus.
yeah. So
it should be
2024
removed from the game. There you go.
Yeah, 2024 frogs.
Remove Spore Frog.
2024 campaign. No more frogs in Magic.
All right.
No way. You just wait till I build a frog deck, bro. I'm
All
bringing
right.
it.
So now on the
You
screen,
built a frog deck before.
now,
I did, and then it turned into the competitive Gitrog monster. But
Yeah.
now we're gonna get.
Well, then
we're gonna get
uncompetitive
weird
it.
with it.
Yeah, undo
I mean,
that.
It already was. It was tier 2.
All right. So on the screen, I know you guys probably can't see it, but I've been working on this keyword ability thing I want to do throughout the year, which is rank literally every single keyword ability. I have it organized
Oh,
by year.
man.
There's a lot, and
This
I'm
is
only up to
killing me.
2021. So
You're
Dude,
fucking
22
killing
to
me.
24 is going to be nuts.
yeah, I know. That's why I was like, oh my god. The
Well, there's a
mechanics
lot
are-
of trash in there too.
Yeah. So there's a
lot
lot
of
of fun
garbage.
facts that are about these things. We'll talk about them in the episode and so forth. But the way we're gonna rank these, we're not gonna do like 1 through 1,000. We can do that maybe towards the end. But we're gonna separate these into tiers: S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, D tier, and then F tier. F tier meaning like this mechanic sucked and doesn't make any sense. D tier is like I've seen this on one card ever. And then obviously C and up are we'll rate them as, of course.
Why don't we just spend like 2 hours doing a tier ranking list? You know what I'm talking about? There's like that tier maker website.
Yeah,
You could easily make a stream thing out of that.
yeah. That's
Planeswalk is D tier.
Wait,
that's not
hold on.
keyword.
You're going way too fast here. Slow down.
Okay, so
You can't
So,
just
like,
jump
Island
around the
Walk, that's
list.
A tier.
Stop. You
Planeswalk,
can't jump
D
around the
tier.
list.
S tier, A
Yeah.
Is Island
Tier.
Walk.
B tier, C.
You're a B tier.
S
D-
tier is like
Or-
Island Walk. And
You
then
better be hold
D
on.
tier
You
is
better be ready.
Planeswalk.
We're setting the ground rules right now for the rest of the year.
be like,
Yeah.
Mountain
So this
Forest,
one-
So when we
like
talk
at the
about
last one.
when we talk about the
Planeswalk
first
is really
thing,
bad.
we will set the ground rules of what makes it.
We're gonna talk about first strike
So
through community
white
with
can
upkeep.
only get to C.
No, all right. So we're gonna start with we'll chunk 5 today. We'll call it that. But
Yeah.
these are the ones that premiered in alpha in 1993. A lot of stuff
Yeah.
got keyworded later on in Future Sight and other stuff. So you won't see the stuff that existed in alpha, but
Is mono artifact on here? That's a keyword, kind of, right?
it was I guess maybe.
Yeah, mono. Where's mono artifact?
I looked up on the Magic Wiki of what that is. But that being said, practicality is something that we'll talk about. Like, hey, how often do you see this mechanic? And then
Please stop.
isolating the mechanic by itself, meaning like what it was intended to do, and then maybe some fun facts will help with it. Boom. So, right from the get go, we
Take
have.
his ability away. I hate this.
You know what? You're on thin ice, bud.
You can't keep getting
Some of those really well timed.
All right. So, the first keyword we're going to talk about and we're going to rank is first strike.
Okay.
Dude, that's S tier. That's still good.
Yes.
Right?
S
Yeah,
tier?
I would say.
I think it's A.
I think A.
It's very good.
Double strike is obviously better than first strike, so I'd put first strike at S tier or A tier.
I guess.
Hmm.
Hang on. Is double strike better than
Oh,
first
good.
strike?
Tony's got an
Yes.
opinion.
Yes, but in practicality, no.
What? How? It literally is first strike, but with extra damage. Like, there's no downside to double strike compared to first strike.
Right.
Well, the execution of double strike is notorious in its history. It's only been put on a very low-powered creature. I don't know if there's a creature that
Yes,
exists.
but as an ability itself.
It's just an upgrade, yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
I
why
mean,
would you ever
Fury
rank
had
it
double
above?
strike.
What did
Fury,
it?
There's a 2/2.
there's a 3/3.
Oh.
It didn't. It was double strike. So S tier, I would not put it S tier. I don't think it's S tier.
No.
I think A tier.
I don't think it's A tier.
Why?
So I know I'm jumping the gun, but A tier is stuff
We
that's
should have done flying first.
well, flying's coming after this. So
Okay.
so first strike,
First
not-
strike in alpha?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
What was it?
like pikemen, stuff
Sarah
like that.
Angel.
Sarah
okay.
Angel's just got
Sarah
flying.
Angel did not have first strike.
and
had
it also
flying and-
it had vigilance, but that
vigilance, but not
Didn't,
vigilance.
that didn't get,
it was
yeah, they didn't get keyworded until coming
when
out.
this
block.
attacks, it does not
Wait,
untap.
really?
Yeah.
Or it does not
Jesus.
tap.
Yeah, that's why I was actually pretty interested in like doing this, so it's not just like 30 things in alpha because they backdate. But with that said, first strike, I would set it as B.
Why?
So hold up. We never we discussed what F and D
In what-
tier is. We should fully disclose what
Okay.
S, A, B, and C, so we all
Okay.
have an understanding of
Let's
this rating.
That makes sense.
I also want to understand in what context are we talking? Are we talking all contexts? Are we talking back when this first came out? Are we talking
I think overall.
Yeah, so like as it exists today, because it's going to be ranked against every other mechanic ever, right? So it's going to be going up against things like Delve, which
as
are
it exists today?
Yeah.
Because that's where, so when Josh was yelling and screaming about Island Walk,
That's
you know, that's where it was like, if you were talking about back in the day, I would say Island Walk was one of the best, one of the best abilities.
Lock was in alpha, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's also a discontinued one. They no longer make it.
Yep, they don't do any of the walks. But I was gonna say, like, the only reason is because it was really dominant for that format with the merfolks.
Right. So
So it's like, is that back then? Now it sucks.
Let me grab flying. Maybe flying will set up our S tier because I think flying's S tier. And I know
S.
you may
Yeah,
not.
S tier. Flying is S tier.
And here's why I'll say that. I think flying is the keyword mechanic that has ended the most games of Magic in the history of Magic. Meaning that it's the reason why people have won games from 1993 until now, the most winningest keyword ability.
Yeah, 100%.
100%.
Like,
Yeah,
like,
well,
that's
in
what-
terms of, because it's been printed in literally every set, right? So it's like,
well, so is not
Haste.
not I guess haste.
Defender.
Well, haste doesn't come around
Trample.
until later. But
Defender.
let me pull this up. So we
Trample.
have the trample, protection,
Yep.
flying, first strike, and we'll end on community of upkeep today. So those mechanics, of those, trample has been there since the beginning. But I would say trample is like a B tier one.
For sure.
Really?
Yeah,
I give trample an A tier.
I'd put it at A.
give-
Nah.
Yeah.
A is where it's like
No way.
like. We'll have to assess. I think flying is just because it's
You
standby.
can't trample over planeswalkers though, so
Yeah, and like obviously trampler, like a 4/4 trampler is no good against the 06 wall. I mean, I know that, but like flyers are just like one of the key core mechanics of just like be flying and limited. You're gonna win games limited because your creatures can fly and block, and they can't block yours. Having a one-way train of doing that is a key to flying. Whereas first strike is great, but like 2/2 first striker sucks, right? And there's a lot of cards that have 2/2 first strike.
What was that 08 wall flyer?
I don't. I
denial.
hate that card so
Wall
much,
denial.
dude.
Oh, good.
X
Oh, I
for
used to
flying.
play, yeah, when
So-
I first started Magic, it came out and it was so good.
So first strike,
that was like what won the. That was like whoever got the most wall of denials in their limited
Yeah.
pool won the limited event.
So first strike, we'll go over that. As far as first strike comes, I think it's one of the, like it's a strong combat ability, but as far as blocking other things that have flying, it's not good. And also, typically first strike is not on big, giant creatures. The one that sticks out to me the most is, I think we all know, it's Baneslayer Angel, right? And the reason why that card was actually good is because it had flying and lifelink too. Like it wasn't just the
and
first
it
strike
was-
ability.
And the fact that it had protection from dragons and demons, which were the two creature types beating up the format at the time, because you had Broodmate Dragon
Yep.
and what was the one demon at the time?
Yeah.
The 4-mana one in Zendikar.
But First Strike, yeah.
There's also Malfagor, which is like a demon and a dragon, but
Yeah.
Baneslayer can't kill it.
Which is so funny.
Well, let's just zone in on First Strike, right? That's where I
Yeah.
want to try to
Yeah.
limit it on this. So First Strike, it has great applications of pump spells. Makes pump spells absurd because it makes it so your pump spells become it makes it so it's that way. First Strike and Death Touch is like a full pot. Like they don't really combine those abilities, but when they do, they're absurd.
Yep.
Or
Right.
yep.
Basilisk Collar.
Also, First Strike is really good against lifelink because they don't gain the life.
Yeah. But
Yep.
in like it's in its like history of First Strike, they're typically on small creatures. I mean, like it was Mimi when like you had a pikeman and they could block a ball lightning and kill the ball lightning. It's like think
Well, if Trample's not an A and
It's not an
First
A.
Strike's not an A, then what's an A?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get at before. We haven't so S tier is obviously best of the best.
yeah.
Flying.
What is A tier in title?
So A tier would be things like Kicker, right? Where it's free value, where you can take it or leave it, and it's an ability that comes with it. So it's not like a static ability, or something like Storm. Storm is A tier, right? Because it's one of those absurd things that
I think Storm is S tier. But...
well, it might be S tier. Like Dredge, we could agree that Dredge is S tier. It's completely broken things so many times. It's wrong.
So S tier is like broken. Like these abilities are always good no matter the situation.
You could argue like Delve. Delve is like it could be it's like A because it's like a mana or like a mana reduction ability is really good, or affinity that might be S tier.
I get what you're getting at, but I'm trying to like describe them without using examples of keywords so we know like how to judge the keywords. So S tier is like broken abilities. A tier is like heavily played. B is like pretty good ability but does have some downsides. C is like you see it minimally. Like that's what I mean by describing it.
It's good in like the limited format that it's in, and that's it. And then like D tier is
Yeah.
like it failed in the limited format, and then F tier is like what the
Why
hell
is this an ability?
What did you do?
No,
with
no
this?
one is playing this.
Yeah. Okay.
Like it doesn't.
Yeah,
make
that's what I was trying to get. Like just a better understanding without using a keyword
That's
as an
fair.
example.
I guess that's probably the best. way to
Also,
go.
my question beyond that, we'll talk about it when we get there. Okay, so flying, obviously talking S tier because
Broken all the time.
pure evasion all the time.
It's-
People pick it. There's a reason why it's the first thing people think about when they think of evasion.
Yeah, Flyers is like a classic archetype that's existed forever. It's been proven, and it's actually one of the many, not many, but I guess a handful of abilities that come out of Alpha that remains like that's real. Like banding comes out of Alpha, but banding is just horrible, and like Island Walk or Island Home comes out of like Alpha. Just some of these really bad abilities, but yeah,
Island Home.
yeah, that, you have to have an island, or you have to sacrifice creature.
That's good.
Yeah, but yeah, so.
Dan.
So we'll say
Okay.
flying is S tier, and then we'll go First Strike is
A.
I would-
I still think
now-
it's A.
Now that we've talked about it, I would probably agree it's B.
yeah.
Like if A is
What was
supposed
the
to be
difference
like
between an A and B again?
so
Say
an
it one
A
more time.
is like really good overall. B is like it's good in most situations but can have downsides.
Yeah.
What's
And-
the
Okay.
downside
Yeah,
for First
okay.
Strike? It's just a bonus.
I'll
That-
give it a
And
B
it's
now,
always
then.
attached to normally smaller creatures.
Yeah, you don't really get it with like Baneslayer is
Yeah,
the
I
biggest
think
one.
Trample's A.
Well, Trample's usually put on
Well,
fat
maybe-
creatures.
Yeah, so that's why I would say Trample is an A.
Well, they've also thrown Trample around randomly. They put it on a 1/1 elf that I posted.
Defiant Elf.
I mean, it's also on the best green creature to ever exist, which is Craterhoof.
I would say Atrax is a better green creature, but that's just me.
I mean,
Atrax is not a green creature. It's a gold creature.
All right, fair. Yeah, Crater Hoof, that's a sick one. That effect alone, right? And Overrun gives Trample, and that's like one of the best.
Yep.
They don't print that anymore. That's good argument for it.
yeah, like Craterhoof, like don't get me wrong, what
Trample
Craterhoof does
ends-
is
Trample
amazing.
ends the game.
Yeah, if Craterhoof didn't have Trample, the card would be nowhere near. I don't even think played it nowhere near as much as it is.
I mean, let's put it this
I
way.
think flying ends the game, trample ends the game, but first strike doesn't necessarily end the game.
Yes.
No.
True.
First Strike makes combat complicated, but like if it's like if I have a 4/4 and you have a 2/1 First Striker, which is typically like the stats on a First Striker, you're like, yeah, whatever, I'll attack. Jam.
Yeah,
Nice deck. You know.
and if they have to waste a pump spell, you're getting a card out of their hand. It's still a 1-for-1.
Yeah, exactly. So,
So next, we already discussed trample pretty much.
Protection, which comes from the, I
I
don't know if
think
you guys,
that's S.
huh?
I think it's situational.
Well, it comes with the acronym. If you don't know, it has what's called DET, which is can't be damaged, can't be enchanted or equipped, blocked or targeted. So protection they've gone away from because it's like one of those negative abilities. Because if you're playing a white deck and you play a black knight and then somehow you're unable to like pump your own black knight with the thing, that's why protection sucks.
Or,
'Cause-
like a better example would be if you had like a white deck with a card with protection from white, and then you tried to enchant it with a white enchantment. You can't do it.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's really bizarre. Like it's one of those things.
I would put it,
A.
I'd probably put
I
it at
still
B.
think
It's very
I still think,
situational.
I still think like it. There's like intuition that comes with when you're only gonna play the protection spells when you need the protection.
Yeah, I
Well,
mean,
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. It's B. It's
But
situational.
you also
I
have
guess,
to
yeah,
remember there's
that
just
does
flat out cards
talking
that
about
there's cards that just can take over games. Like you look in Modern where you have
Yeah.
what's the stupid creature that
The
is a
Auriok
2/2?
Champion
fires that
or
neck,
Sanctify, yeah.
whatever.
Yep, both of those are just houses because it's like, well, I have a protection from this kind of deck
Red.
for forever, and when it hits the board, it's basically over.
Yeah, but what does that
I
card
think
do against
protection's a B,
Merfolk?
protection
Nothing.
from
That's
red
the point
is
of B tier is it's situational. Like
I-
you playing a protection from white does nothing against a blue deck.
Yeah. So, I mean, protection, it stems from the initial Black Knight and White Knight. The idea was like they're two knights that are evenly matched. They can't affect each other in any significant way, right?
Weren't the circle of protections in alpha too?
They probably were.
Yeah.
But I just know like the idea like solely comes from like Black Knight versus White Knight.
Yeah.
And then that's like it's like a cool thematic thing that they did. But like, you know, you play a Black Knight in your deck and someone's like, yeah, I'm playing Goblins. You're like, this sucks. Like,
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
I'll put it to B.
There's only two cards that like I feel like really have. I mean, besides Auriok Champion, that have protection from something that really get played, and that's True Name Nemesis. And I guess I don't really actually see Progenitus anymore because they had protection from everything.
yeah,
Fairies protection.
sacrifice. Like,
Or wait,
you
no, that
die.
doesn't actually do it. The fairies protection doesn't do it. You phase out.
Yeah,
It's
which-
the one ring that gives you protection.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yes, correction. Protection from everything
Yeah,
for a turn.
for your or just your.
Oh, yeah.
That's
I know
pretty
we-
good one. Yeah.
I know we're done with trample, but I just want to remind you of some really good trample creatures. World Spine Worm, all the
Yep.
Galtas, Phyrexian Dreadnought, because people forget that has trample.
Do you want to put that in
Trample
A
for
tier?
one.
It's super sick.
Emrakul, the Promise End,
No.
Blightsteel Colossus, the card banned in a million forms.
Blightsteel?
What? He's not
Yeah.
banned in anything.
No.
I thought it's banned in EDH.
No.
No.
That's like
Oh.
that's like
Emrakul is banned.
Yeah.
What do you
That's
think
right.
is banned in EDH, JV?
Everything, anything fun
New
is
segment.
banned in EDH. You're not allowed.
What does JB think is? What does JB think the casuals think? Into the
No,
mind of
Blightsteel
casuals.
isn't banned in anything.
Because it's like
That's
Emrakul.
right,
Totally
because you
with
can't
my EDH
tinker in EDH is why it's banned.
Yeah,
The segment's-
Tinker is banned.
The segment's
banned.
name is Into the Mind of Casuals with JB. Just so wrong.
No, Tinker's not even banned.
Yeah, it is. In
Is
EDH?
100%
Are we
banned.
sure?
Yes.
100%.
100%.
100%.
Yeah, that one's. Come on, bro. Let's. You gotta play Transmute Artifact, the $600 one.
Turn one
right.
Tinker would be way too easy.
Oh,
Yeah, I didn't even know this
I
card
would-
existed. You guys ever heard of Ancient Stone Idol?
It sounds
It's
familiar.
a 10 mana colorless 12/12 that has flash, and it says this spell costs one less for each attacking creature, and has trample.
All right.
What?
I gotta say this.
Yeah.
So before I want to continue, I feel like B is gonna be our like default. Now that Trample's in B tier, Trample's definitely
it's-
better. I think it's better than
Yeah,
Protection and First Strike, which I say downgrade these to C.
No.
No, I think Trample should move up to A.
All right.
Hey, baby.
All right. All right.
I thought Trample was A.
I was putting it at B.
No,
You were
because
fighting him the
ends
whole
the
time.
game.
Yeah, that's fine. That's
Yeah.
fine. All right. And the last one, which will be a fun one, is cumulative upkeep.
So, this is my question
Tabernacle
to you.
fan.
This is what I need to understand is that this is an inherently bad ability because
Negative,
it
yes.
punishes you for playing good cards. It's
Tabernacle
to
doesn't even
power
have
down.
cumulative upkeep, by the way.
No,
Oh,
no,
it's
he's,
just-
not, he's thinking of Glacial Chasm. That's the
Yeah,
card
there we
he's
go.
thinking of.
But
Alright.
so you know what I'm saying is like, because how do you rank this? Because most of the cards that have that attached to it are terrible, but there's some good ones.
Yeah, that's where we're going
Mystic
with.
Remora.
I mean,
It's hang on, but it is not memorable. It's terrible. It doesn't play well, and the cards that do play well don't play well. So I'm gonna give it an E.
Yeah, or F.
No.
I'll say
error.
I will give Communal
I give it a
Upkeep
D.
a D. A D.
Yeah, I'd give it a D.
Why?
You have an attachment to it, an unhealthy attachment to it, but your lands deck doesn't even play Glacial Chasm.
No, I
played
want to
Glacial-
understand
Glacial
why.
Chasm.
What? Well,
I
how
think
about
Glacial
this? Better
Chasm-
yet, you explain to us why it should be higher.
Some-
Hold
I
on,
hate
let me
that
pull
card,
up.
by the way.
You can pull up any card you want. They're all bad.
People like to play Glacial Chasm and they're like, ha ha ha, you can't touch me. It's
Yeah.
like
And then they
just
die when
it's-
you
oh,
proliferate
it's
the
original
counters.
Barry's protection.
The only thing that's keeping it from being F tier, I'll be honest with you, is Mystic Remora. If that card didn't
Yep.
exist, boom, that card's gone.
Garbage.
By the
Right.
way, last time that card premiered was last seen in Cold Snap. They brought it back in like 2006.
What
No,
card?
they got reprinted in Dominaria Remastered.
Yeah, I mean, so this
There's a
is
Mystic Remora, yeah.
yeah. So what I'm gonna do for these year things is the set that it came out in. And I added a
I'm
little
just
fun
saying,
fact.
like,
The last time,
Thank God he got that reprint. Well, even then, before then, it was only like a $4.
It was
card.
$10 at its like peak.
Ice
card-
Age was the
Right.
last time that no.
No, Cold Snap.
Cold Snap.
because
Yep,
that was
Cold
that was
Snap
that
had
was
a
the that
couple.
was the continuation of Ice Age. That was that they were like, we're gonna finish off the Ice Age block.
Wait, that's a lie. There's a commander card that has it.
Are you sure that's not a reprint? Click on it.
I'm gonna click on it.
Cumulative upkeep is terrible.
Cold Snap, got it.
Yeah, come on, dude. I did my research on these things. I was like,
Yeah.
these are fun to look at, and I was having a blast, like looking at, like, man, when was the last time they saw this? But last time seen it, what? So
Well, I guess that's the real issue. It's not that good. Yeah, you're right. It's pretty bad.
fucking, it's bad, bro.
I've never heard someone fold so fast.
I mean,
You know,
it's-
there is a combo deck with Ancestral Knowledge with it. All right.
I don't care.
You ever heard of that
Yeah,
card?
No.
it's like
I
the,
bet you that deck is
What?
D tier.
it's like no. There's like you have to be like a weird dude to play that deck. You have to like
Yeah, you have to be
wanna
into
a
it. You're
Buster
like,
School
yes.
player at
Alright.
at the tournament.
So
Give
we'll
me
be.
play
Magic like an
I will
autistic.
be making every week a continuing list of what we're gonna talk about. We'll put it in like the little tier maker, and we'll make a master tier maker where we'll put all these things in, so you can see.
You know,
them.
it's
Can we
It's
just
so
get banning
funny.
out of the way right now? Because like we're
No.
all gonna agree
No.
it's F
No.
tier.
What is
no.
Banning.
Andy?
It's the
No.
next ability on the list.
It's not F tier. I won't give you that.
Yeah, whatever. Fuck you.
What?
It's not. It's not. It's
Okay.
overly complicated,
So,
but not F tier.
It's only
It's less
good for
complicated than you
blockers.
think. You block his bans.
Like I would say, Landhome is fucking F tier. That thing sucks ass. You have
guess,
to control an
what
island
was
for
that?
this to be
Can't-
live.
Champion a creature was pretty bad too.
Yeah. So
well, whatever.
What,
We'll get
Anyway,
to it.
anyways,
Okay.
this is the segment that we're going to start the show off every week. So we'll pick 5, and obviously I have to add more. And I'm adding ability words, which is things like Blood Rush, which isn't a keyword, but it's a ability word. So that's also on this list. And then I got all the way up to Strixhaven, which Ward. So and then there's Magecraft in there too. So, but that's as far as I got into making all these, and it's they're pretty fun.
You
abilities.
got Prowess on this list.
I got Prowess on there. Prowess
Alright.
came out in Cons of Karkir. It's cool, like looking at this. Like I was actually enjoying, like, oh man, these are like when these things came out, and then there's iterations of like other ones, like Monstrosity going into like Evolve. Like that was kind of another version of that.
Megamorph.
Megamorph.
Morph and Megamorph, which is just like. And Manifest, those are all kind of the same goddamn thing, but they're just like, I don't know, they're like, we gotta, everybody loves Morph. We're gonna.
What about kicker? Everything is kicker.
Yeah. So, I don't have split cards on here, but Aftermath is actually considered a keyword, where split cards don't have that.
Well, and then there was Fuse also.
Oh, wait till we get to the Future Sight episode. That's the best one.
Oh my god.
That's when they introduce like Death Touch and Lifelink. They officially and they remove the text and they go back and errata everything else. But it has cards like Aura Swap or
dude, I remember
Fortify
Aura Swap.
or Frenzy or Gravestorm or Transfigure or Grandeur or Consport.
Fortify was the
Graves
one that went
Storm.
on lands, right? You would fortify a land.
There's legit only
Yep.
one card that's got it.
Yeah, it's the artifact.
Frenzy only exists on Frenzy Sliver. Absorb only exists on exists on Limp Sliver. Only one creature should ever have it. Also, shout out to like Betrayers and like Saviors block and Champions block. They have some really cool shit there. I think they should
Oh,
go
yeah.
back to that style of just like only 4 cards in the
We
set.
already
have
went
this.
through that set. We
No,
already
like
had
I'm
our
saying,
review.
what I'm saying, like that set had a lot of mechanics, that block, and it was just like only 5 cards have this mechanic. It's I like stuff like that. I think it's
It
really
felt
cool.
like special to the card.
yeah, like,
Offering was cool.
I don't remember.
OG Mythics.
Yeah. Channel, which only existed in a few cards, it wasn't that many, and then they discontinued.
Place on 2 didn't have too many, did it?
It was all the arcane theme. There was an arcane theme.
Yeah.
There, but like flip. That's the first time they did flip cards ever. Not transform cards, flip cards where you know.
Yeah,
you
turn it upside down.
You did a 180 tech deck style.
Do a nollie.
Yeah. All right. So next week we'll be talking about banding, landwalk, regenerate, bands with others, and rampage. Bands with others is
Outta
different because it was their attempt to fix banding,
Yeah,
and then they were like, "This
that's
still
terrible.
sucks."
That's awful.
Maybe we'll throw in Barry, which was different than Destroy. It was discontinued.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, guys. Josh, get us the hell out of here.
The best way to cut a pizza is with a pair of scissors, and
Oh my
it's
God.
Wednesday, my dudes.
Jesus, that hurt me to my core, dude. What the fuck's wrong with
No
you?
way, dude.
I swear,
like
your
you.
2 brain cells rubbed themselves together the hardest they could to come up with that.
No way, dude. Don't even try. Like, don't even
I'm not
knock
gonna-
it till you try it.
I'm
I
not
literally
I've
just-
worked in pizza places. I have tried it, and it's terrible.
Your subconscious
No way,
like,
it
don't even
works
try
so
it.
easy. It's worked way better
Your,
than a pizza color, like a pizza roller knife thing.
your subconscious is
This is
Called
telling
a
you.
pizza cutter. You added extra words to it.
Pizza roller thingy.
Your subconscious was like, don't
Yeah.
even
The
try
actual
it.
answer is square cut is the right way to do
That's
it.
the-
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can do that with a pair of scissors.
Yeah, and it's gonna take you like 30 minutes, bro.
I will say this: I've never had.
No, it takes you like 3
You
seconds.
have to
It
pick
goes
up the
so much
pizza to
faster.
cut it, bro, and you're gonna start like the pieces are gonna fall. No, you're. Oh my god.
Okay, hold on. Before we
You're gonna
leave,
give me an aneurysm, bro.
stop saying words wrong. I can't do this. Hold on. Before you guys go, and this is bonus
I'm
content. whatever.
lactose intolerant, bro.
Yeah, lactose. All right, so I've never had a New York slice, so I can't speak to it. But New York slice, Detroit style, Chicago style, paper or cracker crust that comes with a square cut.
Cracker crust so good. Cracker crust
I
all day.
I've never had a New York slice. I can't speak to it.
Deep dish, bro. Oh, so good.
It's like a pasta.
Cracker crust is the
Yeah,
best.
exactly. It's pizza lasagna, bro.
Nah.
No, but Chicago cut is the best.
What the fuck is that? You deep dish?
That's square cut. That's what square cut is called. Is Chicago cut.
I know that's what they called it.
Yeah,
All right, cool.
because that's how deep dish is cut. Because you can't cut
Was
it into
Any
triangles.
other way? Yeah. I mean, I was about to say that's what I would pick is like if we're gonna talk pizza,
Yeah.
thin cracker crust is number one.
Top tier.
What is
Deep dish is
cracker
number
crust?
It's like where it's like super crunchy when you bite into
Oh,
it.
you're
It's
just
almost
talking about like a crispy thin crust, like
Yeah,
where, like,
extremely
yeah, okay,
crispy.
yeah.
Where the center's not like floppy, it's also
Yeah.
crispy. Yeah.
Yeah, and like when you have a bad crispy pizza, it's like you bite into it and it's almost like wet cardboard.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah.
That shit
because they
sucks.
don't like they either put too much sauce on it or whatever.
They
I was
don't
like,
distribute it properly because when a pizza cooks, everything slides to the middle.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep.
So it's like I don't know if you can make a really good thin crust. I'm picking thin crust every time.
That's why if you ever make pizza at home, push the toppings to the set like more outward, and when it cooks, they'll slightly move to the inside,
Yeah,
and they'll be evenly distributed. I actually have a pizza oven for cooking pizzas, and that thing is perfect, dude. I love it.
Like
I have a pizza stone.
I've
like an
seen-
actual like pizza, like in like the metal box, and it's got the tray you put it on, and like
those things
yeah.
are cool. Yeah, I had that
Mhm.
growing up. That was like the best way. It was just like crank the timer, walk away, ding,
Yep.
done. Yeah,
Don't have to preheat
Right.
nothing.
no, it just goes.
I like the pizza stone because you really don't have to preheat either. You just put it in and
So
turn it on. the
I've
stove
used
on,
I
that's fine.
have a pizza stone and I've refrained from using it because it doesn't give me the crust I want for whatever reason. Maybe maybe I'm not making my oven hot enough, but I put it up to like 425 and the pizza stone makes it so that it's a floppy pizza and I get upset with that.
Hmm.
I need it to be cracker crust. Maybe
I occasionally have that, but I feel like I just took it out early.
Yeah.
Like today it came out perfect.
And the problem with like that is though is if you keep it in too long, the outside like tends to like heat up more and burn.
No, that's when you should like preheat the oven with the stone in it.
Yeah, I've had very little
Yep.
success with it, so I just put it in the grates anyways. And then you ever see that whacked item where it's like it's like on a circular pan, and it only has one source of heat coming from like one
Oh,
side of
that's
it,
the worst.
and it just goes in circles until
Yeah, the
it's all heated.
spinner.
I never understood
Those are
those,
so
dude.
bad.
I'm like, "Hey, I'm saving room, but not having a box." I was like,
What do you think of wood fire pizzas?
And now it takes you 20 extra minutes,
think-
and
I don't know. I don't know anything. I mean, I'm sure they're good. I couldn't tell you because I think there's like a place called like the Ninth Slice that does it around by me.
Well, I know how much JB loves this place for their food because you took him there, but the Chancery, that's where I learned how to make wood fire
God.
pizza.
oh god.
And their wood fire pizza is actually really good because they braid the crust.
Mm.
Oh, and it comes out so crispy, bro. It's so good.
I was about to say the number one place I've ever had pizza at for crispy thin crust is Catero's.
Oh, you gotta try
Catero's is so
Gianelli's,
good.
bro. Gianelli's.
Bro. Gianelli's is the spot.
Their
That's like-
their thin crust
that's
is
the-
so good.
I rock
That's my secret
Ballesteries.
spot.
But the best pizza I think that's in Milwaukee, and it's that's why I think it's Ned's on 27th Street by Leon's.
Ned's is pretty good.
I've heard good things about
My
that.
roommate
awesome.
works at Ballesteries actually, so I get their pizza all the time.
Yeah, you could do a take and bake with Ned's too, which is nice. They'll do it either way, but it fucking rules.
What was the pizza place that used to do that? Papa Murphy's, right? There's this take and bake.
Yeah, I shouldn't have to spend $8 on a take and bake. That's fucking low quality, because it's a commercial business. Like once they got all franchised, it's like every fucking one was different.
hmm
Fuck all that. This is the year. of
What's your
St. George.
favorite pizza topping? Like,
So
It can be multiple, but
it's changed for me, but I will say this: I'm done with meats on pizza.
oh,
I know
I was about to say I like onion. I like green pepper.
mushroom, green pepper, and then
No mushroom.
olives. Or,
ugh.
but
I can't get behind olives. It's too much.
Anything more than 3 toppings, throw it out.
Yep, because
I
it just
agree.
gets soggy and shitty.
I used to love the meats pizza with like 5 meats, but
Yeah.
like as I've gotten older, it's
Grease,
just
dude.
too much. Like the grease doesn't bother. It's just
It's not the grease.
you pick up the pizza and everything falls
Yeah,
off, and
it's-
like
Once,
my
once-
go-to is actually either cheese or
Hell yeah.
I like chicken bacon ranch.
I just
really
like
cool.
straight up pepperoni.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'll eat all pizza. Like I don't deter. But if you're like, asking what my choice is, I
Yeah.
no longer like meats anymore because every place I have to, or if I get like, let's say if someone's with me and they're like, I want pepperoni, I'm like, all right, let's get green pepper, mushroom pepperoni. But then I'm like, I have to ask the place, can you bake it like I say bake it twice, but I think they just interpret it as longer.
You
so
make
it's
it crispy.
Yeah, I need because that
That greasy,
Weird,
like,
mushy,
pepperoni
soggy
sitting
bite
on
in.
top. Yeah.
And then like I don't know, like and typically when it comes to like the slice, the 8 slices, when there's I don't know, I just get annoyed. Like I get pissy about it. And like
I mean, if we're gonna be weird, I want salami, onion, green pepper.
Dude,
That
salami is
I
really
do
good on a
every
pizza.
day, all day. It's like eating
I'll
a
have to try that.
sandwich
I'll
on a
have to
pizza,
try
and it's
that.
like it's a-okay.
I'll have to try that.
My
That's
my
my jam.
go-to ever since I worked at Papa John's was the sauce is ranch instead of tomato sauce, cheese, and then it's grilled chicken, bacon, buffalo sauce, and onion.
Man, see, I can't get behind the sauce swap on anything.
Oh,
No,
dude.
it's not pizza
Weirdly
anymore, man.
enough, ranch or like a garlic parmesan